Alright, so doing a bit of a recap after the trade day. Um if you look, so this is where we were earlier at 8:30, and then I was saying that right here, uh I didn't want to take the trade anymore because I was like, yeah, this is kind of already whatever. But I did say I'm pretty sure, and this is kind of I didn't say it was guaranteed, but I was trying to phrase it in a way that was like, I think if you were to put a percentage on this, I think the percentage of this continuing is pretty good. And it looks like I was correct, so that's definitely good to know. But like what I was thinking was, coming in right here, entering in stop loss below here, and then basically reclaiming up here again. Which we would have done that. Excuse me. And that would have been a good trade. But I didn't enter, and that's completely fine. I'm glad that I could at least just come back and look on what happened. And then on the hourly, so from an hour from 8:30 to 9:30, we actually come back and take over a bit of this fair value gap right here, and we reclaim it. And then there's a bit of a consolidation period right here. But then after that, it takes off again, and that would have been another trade. So today was honestly, it was definitely a tradable day. The setup during the moment really didn't see the most clear. After a while, it did. Like I'd say, right around here was when it started to make a bit more sense. But I don't know. Just beforehand, I was just kind of, I don't know, a little iffy about it. But it's fine because at least I can take a bit of take an outside perspective, kind of. And then honestly, I don't really care too much about this. I mean, by the looks of it, I do think we're starting to go back into an uptrend. So, like if we go on the hourly, yeah, we're definitely coming back to more of a uptrend because this originally was a downtrend and now it's starting to consolidate right here. We have the past week essentially just completely consolidating. We're gonna ignore Sunday here, but so I don't know. I think this is gonna be starting to become more up or start being more longs for trade ideas. But I don't know. Just thought that was cool. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of all I got right now. I mean, I don't know. Something to look at, I guess. But I don't know. Besides that, for life, I don't really have much going on. Um, I've been going to the gym every day. Uh, I do like 6 days, 6 out of like 7 days. Um, but yeah, it's been pretty good. Can't complain. So I don't even freaking know. But yeah, I don't know. I would like to make another video talking about stuff, but honestly, I feel like right now is a bit of a blank period in my life because I just don't really have anything that is kind of, fucking with me or like, I don't know. Like, it's very, very neutral spot. I really can't complain right now, so I'm doing pretty good. But yeah, I've been working out, stuff like that. It's been pretty good. I'm about to start my old job again next week, and then I'm probably gonna get back to working, continue grinding, saving up money, and continue trading. I think that's the plan right now. Because I was making really good money at my job, but then I moved, so then I didn't have a job. But I'm kind of going through my savings right now, so I'm gonna do that, and then I think after that, I'll probably just save enough to, I don't know, eventually get to a point where I can just start buying property, because that's ideally what I would like to do. Of course, I'm still gonna trade and everything, but I would like to buy property and either rent out one half and then live in the other, or just completely rent it out and then that will be one property done. And then eventually, I would like to start stacking up more and more, and then like literally just have multiple properties, and then that would just be paying me, and then I wouldn't even have to work, but I'm gonna continue working so I can make even more money, and basically continue stacking. And I think that's honestly a pretty good method. And I think, like I swear to you, dude, if I can continue with this shit and I can continue with trading, I just know for a fact I'm gonna have everything that I want. But yeah, and another thing too that I'm kind of like, I guess, starting to realize is that I really need to keep my word to myself. I think that's fucking essential. And also, I'm kind of realizing that I wouldn't say it's like me being a dick, but like I'm just very cold to people now. Like, well, not now. I've always been cold for a really long time, but like the idea of sympathy and shit like that is just kind of, I don't know. It's not really sticking with me no more. It's been like that for a really long time, but not a really long time. Maybe like 2 3 months, but I don't know. Which is definitely interesting. Like I just don't know. I don't really know what that means as much anymore. Like I probably can understand the concepts and the practices of it, but I no longer really feel like that anymore, and I also feel like I just don't really care anymore, honestly. Like I don't really feel like serving people, you know? I really don't. And I feel like I need to put myself over everything in order to get exactly what I need because it's already been rough getting to this point in life, and I already know how much of a difficult journey I still have left. So it's brutal, you know what I mean? Like this world is brutal, but it's not gonna happen overnight, and this is a long journey. But in order to get to exactly where I need to be, I need to be exactly what I am, and that might just mean that might just mean being a little bit more mean, being a bit more cold, being more reserved, focusing more on what I need to do in life, and removing distractions and stuff like that. I'm also thinking that I might need to completely remove all vices, um, because I think that could probably even further the idea of retaining all my energy and stuff like that, and that would let me um, basically put more work in and do more things that I need to do. But I also feel like it could be a way that controls me as well. But then again, let's say like I become like emotional and stuff like that, like, and the vices I'm talking about are like, just like porn and like drinking off and like not eating healthy. I'd say those are like the two vices that I really have. But like, let's say I get remove those and then I start getting more emotional and stuff like that. If I were to put that into my work and into the grind, I think that would be more beneficial than not even feeling things. Because, if I have those emotions, I feel more of an incentive to do what I need to do. But that's the thing. I'm not really sure how I would channel those emotions directly into the work. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just something to think about for sure. But I think that that's it for right now. So, yeah.